Well, hey everyone, Dan Toman here. Let's take a moment and we're going to talk about package receiving today. So, when we talk about receiving procedures at the hotel, it's kind of a little bit similar to lost and found, but not really. We've got an area we're keeping things. That's one area across the property. And then we've got a log that we're keeping things, track of our items, and then how we're disposing of them, so on and so forth. So, we've got one secure area, such as a locked closet, that must be a designated package receiving storage area. Okay, it can be a closet. If you don't have a closet, one specific office or something to that effect, but it's got to be something that's secured and that the front desk can have access to, because you just never know what time of day or night the addressee of a received item is going to come looking for the item. Okay, so the front desk has got to have access. That's important, but it must be secured in one area. All right. So all items that are received by that were delivered by a courier, bulk transport, or common carrier. When I say common carrier, I'm talking about UPS, FedEx, DHL, that type of thing, or even Postal Service if it was delivered directly to the hotel. Must be logged on the appropriate receiving log and kept in the designated secure package storage area. All right, so the receiving log, and I'll have one of these posted on one Regency elsewhere in the appropriate department. The receiving log is going to have items such as the date the item was received, the name of the addressee, so who the item is sent to, the parcel type, so if it was an envelope, box, tube, so on and so forth, who signed for it, so who took responsibility when that item was delivered, or when it was picked up at the post office and it had to be signed for, that would count as well, needing to be logged. And the delivery method, so was it UPS, FedEx, DHL, a courier, so on and so forth. Where the item is stored, some items can be too large depending on what you've used for your package storage area, okay? So where the item's stored, 90% of the time it's going to be in our designated package storage area, okay? And then how the item was distributed. When we talk about lost and found, we're talking about how the item was disposed of. Now we're going to talk about how the item was distributed. So did the person sign for it already and receive it? Has it not been distributed yet? So it still should be accounted for in the package receiving area. And then who signed for it? Was it addressed to a meeting planner, and did someone else with the meeting come and sign for it and say, oh, that person's not here, they're the meeting planner at the corporate office, but I need on-site contact, so on and so forth. Then that person's going to be the one that has to sign for it, okay? All right, so like we said, items must be logged and secured in the designated area, the secured area. These are items addressed to the property in general, management or team members at the property, meeting planners, and all guests. So normal U.S. postal mail that's received and not something that had to be signed for, like certified mail or something like that, or signature confirmation mail, like I say, normal U.S. postal mail would not go on the receiving log. It simply would get distributed as appropriate, and whoever distributes the mail and opens the mail at the property. Okay. Food and beverage inventory deliveries, those clearly are not going to be logged on the package and mail receiving log, all right? Food and beverage inventory items are going to get stored, obviously, in their appropriate areas, in dry storage, in the coolers. These things are kind of a given at this point. Your property probably has separate receiving procedures and checking-in procedures for food and beverage items. Be sure to follow what your individual property expects for food and beverage receiving, okay? In the event that mail or packages are received for in-house guests, proactive efforts need to be made, much like we would do for lost and found items. So the welcome desk agents need to make proactive efforts to contact the in-house guests and let them know that their item is waiting. These items could be urgent. You know, never know if it's someone's eyeglasses they left at home, a replacement cell phone, something like that, okay? And then prior to receiving a package for a future guest or meeting planner, we want to make sure that the person who the package is addressed to actually does in fact have a confirmed reservation scheduled or a meeting planned in the future. We want to be sure that we're not taking responsibility for a package that maybe should be going to another hotel or another facility or something like that. So before you reject it, you might want to actually call anything that's shipped by a common carrier. In the return address area, there should be a telephone number as well. Would be a good idea to call them, the person who sent it, before you actually reject the package, and try to legitimize and see if there was a mistake or something like that. This would be in the event that there's no confirmed reservation for this guest in the future or for this meeting planner in your sales system, okay? So remember that when you sign for a package or a mail item, you're actually taking responsibility for that item. It's everyone's best interest to ensure that packages and mail items get logged properly and secured properly, all right? Okay, I hope this was informative. Thanks for watching. Everyone have a great day. Appreciate your time.